seated. Good afternoon to our respected dignitaries, esteemed chief guest, faculty members, researchers, scholars, and dear fellow students. Today marks a moment of reflection and conclusion as we assemble for the valedictory program of the two-day international conference on promoting peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, organized by the School of Arts and Humanities. Over the past 2 days, this conference has offered a meaningful academic space to reflect on issues such as social justice, institutional accountability, human dignity, and collective well-being, values that lie at the heart of sustainable development. As we come to the conclusion of this conference, today's program stands as a moment of appreciation and celebration of collective learning. With this spirit, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you present here today. Prayer invites us to pause, reflect, and align our actions with the values of peace and compassion. To begin this auspicious occasion, we shall now invoke the blessings of the Almighty through a prayer. I request everyone to please rise.
Check.
तेरी स्तुति मैं करूं, आराधना करूं दिल से, दिल से। तेरी स्तुति मैं करूं, आराधना करूं दिल से, दिल से। मेरे सांसों में तेरा नाम रहे, मेरे सांसों में तेरा नाम रहे, हे प्रभु तू ही तू। तेरी स्तुति मैं करूं, आराधना करूं दिल से, दिल से। तेरी स्तुति मैं करूं, आराधना करूं दिल से, दिल से। जहाँ मेरी नजर जाए, वहाँ तेरी स्तुति हो। जहाँ मेरी नजर जाए, वहाँ तेरी स्तुति हो। सारी दुनिया का रखवाला तू, सारी दुनिया का रखवाला तू, हे प्रभु तू ही तू। तेरी स्तुति मैं करूं, आराधना करूं दिल से, दिल से। तेरी स्तुति मैं करूं, आराधना करूं दिल से, दिल से।
I now request the convener of the program, Ms. Devashri Shetty, the organizing secretary, Dr. Roshan Montero, and the student convener, Ms. Reema Pinto, to kindly escort our respected dignitaries onto the dais. I now invite Mr. Roshan Montero, Organizing Secretary of the conference and Associate Professor of the Department of Social Work, to kindly deliver the welcome address and formally welcome this distinguished gathering.
A very good afternoon to everyone gathered here. Peace is not born overnight, nor is inclusion achieved by intention alone. They are patiently shaped through dialogue, justice, empathy, and strong institutions. It is with this shared understanding that we come together for this international conference promoting peaceful and inclusion societies for sustainable development. Inspired by Sustainable Development Goal 16 and organized by the School of Arts and Humanities, St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Mangalore. We are privileged to have with us Ms. Vijayakranti, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mangalore, South Subdivision. Her presence brings a vital perspective on law, justice, public order, and inclusive governance, which are central to the spirit of SDG 16. Ms. Vijayakranti joined the police service in the year 2023. She completed a police training at the Karnataka Police Academy, Mysore, where she secured first rank in overall training performance and was honored with the prestigious CM Karnataka Sword of Honor. She is also a recipient of the Home Minister Karnataka Trophy for outstanding performance during her training. On 21st July 2025, she assumed charge as Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mangalore, South Subdivision, Mangalore. With this brief introduction, on behalf of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, I extend a warm and respectful welcome to you, Madam. Now I request Dr. Rosevira D'Souza, Chairperson and Dean of School of Arts and Humanity, to extend a green welcome to Ms. Vijayakranti. We are honored to welcome Dr. Rosevira D'Souza, Chairperson of the conference and Dean of the School of Arts and Humanities. Academic leadership and commitment to interdisciplinary dialogue have been instrumental in shaping the vision and scope of this conference. A warm welcome to you, Madam. We extend a warm welcome to our esteemed directors, Dr. Lovina Lobo, Dr. Charles Furtado, whose guidance and encouragement have strengthened the academic and organizational framework of this event. Warm welcome to you all. Our sincere appreciation and welcome to the seminar conveners, Mr. Alvin D'Souza, Ms. Diveshri, and to the organizing secretary, Ms. Kavita, Ms. Rima, student convener, their dedicated efforts in bringing this conference together. A warm welcome to you all. A heartfelt welcome to all the delegates, participants, paper presenters, faculty members, and dear students. Your presence, scholars' input, and encouragement give meaning to this academic gathering. A warm welcome to you all. This conference has been a meaningful journey, bringing together scholars, practitioners, and students to exchange ideas, challenge perspectives, and reform our collective commitment to peace, justice, and inclusion. The deliberation paper presentations and interactions over the past sessions. We have truly enriched by the speakers whose insightful deliberation and thought-provoking dialogues have deepened our understanding of the theme. Through these sessions, we can confidently affirm the SDG 16 is not merely a goal articulated in words, but a commitment translated into action. It serves a transformative framework that contributes to poverty reduction, ensures quality education, promotes gender equity, strengthens legal support system, upholds justice for all, combats corruption, and encourages inclusive and participatory decision making, have reminded us the sustainable development is deeply rooted in human values, ethical governance, and social responsibility. I conclude with the quote that beautifully reflects the theme of this conference. Peace is not merely the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice. As we conclude, we carry forward not just academic insights, but the renewed sense of purpose to translate knowledge into action and ideals into practice. Once again, a warm welcome to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm words of welcome. A warm welcome to you as well. I now request Ms. Devishri, the convener of the program, to present a report of the conference.
Good afternoon all. I am Devishri Shetty, convener of the conference. Here is a report of the two-day international conference on promoting peaceful and inclusive society for sustainable development. The School of Arts and Humanities at St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Mangaluru, in collaboration with international partners including Sophia University, SUNY Scotland, and PUCPR, hosted a significant two-day conference on January 28 and 29, 2026, titled Promoting Peaceful and Inclusive Society for Sustainable Development. This gathering served as a vital academic forum to deliberate on the pillars of SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions, bringing together global scholars and students to address both local and international challenges. The event was inaugurated on the first day by Chief Guest, Mr. Darshan HV, IAS, who emphasized that administrative neutrality and sustainable practice, such as green energy and waste management, are fundamental to social fairness. In his presidential address, Reverend Father Dionysius was SJ, enforced this by stating that peace is inseparable from justice and requires sustainable ethical leadership. These themes were further expanded in the keynote address by Dr. Shanti M. D'Souza, who identified the government, private sector, and civil society as the essential actor needed to build accountable institutions and end violence. She challenged participants to recognize the global change begins with personal responsibility and ethical living. The first day also featured technical sessions on peace, economics by Dr. Krishna Raj and religious harmony by Reverend Dr. Joki Mandrade, followed by diverse paper presentation covering topics from nuclear ethics to environmental impact on artificial intelligence. The second day deepened the academic inquiry with the technical session focusing on global human rights and security. Dr. Oot Ritz Douche from Binghamton University discussed the challenges for human rights, activism, and peace-building efforts with the United States, while Dr. Alexandru Ballas from SUNY Scotland explored strategies for reducing global violence in the world of turmoil. These sessions were complemented by paper presentations in 5 different halls, where research ranged from women's employment scheme to the role of social media in peace building and necessity of protecting whistleblowers. In the afternoon of the second day, a comprehensive panel discussion brought together diverse perspectives to explore the strengthening of institutions. Reverend Dr. Melvin Dukuna XJ discussed cultivating peace narratives with higher education. Professor Rajaram Tolpadi deliberated on the philosophical choice between violence and non-violence in sustainable society, and Dr. Ruxana Hassan provided a psychological perspective on building peaceful community. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for presenting the comprehensive report of the conference. One of the most significant aspects of any academic conference is the recognition of excellence and scholarly contribution. We now move on to the prize distribution ceremony, honoring outstanding research papers presented during the conference. May I now request Dr. Mona Mendonça, the HOD of History, to announce the prize winners.
Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I acknowledge the presence of all the dignitaries seated on the dais and off the dais. We have had an exemplary achievement from many of the scholars by sending their papers, and we had 80 odd abstracts that we received that talks about the level of quality the students have shown, especially the students in big number. And I stand before you to read out the names of some of the papers which really caught the attention of the judges. And we have had 3 categories. First, to begin with, was from the category of the best paper presentation as far as the faculty is concerned, the best paper presentation for the research scholars is concerned, and the last category was for the best paper presentation from the student category. And now I take this privilege to announce the name of the faculty member whose paper has been given a special recognition, and the name of the faculty is Dr. Sally Augustine. Can we have Dr. Sally Augustine who receives the Best Paper Presentation Award, and the title of the paper was Aiming for Authentic Human Security, Pope Francis' Conviction of the Possession of Nuclear Weapons as Unethical. If we could have the faculty joining us. So we congratulate the faculty in their absence. Can we put our hands together? Thank you so much. And moving on to the second category, that is the best paper presentation as far as a research scholar is concerned. And we have the best paper by Kiran Anthony Lima. Do we have Mr. Kiran Anthony Lima for the best paper presentation, research scholar, with the title, The Evolution of Indigenous Culture and Its Convicted Relationship with Sustainable Development in India. May I please request the chief guest of the day to kindly give the certificate for the best paper presentation research scholar category. Thank you so much and congratulations. And now moving on to the last category, the certificate is awarded to, as far as the student section is concerned, Gayatri Krishna for her paper, The Silicon Cup, Where Comfort Meets Sustainability. A round of applause for a fantastic paper with a lot of depth and scholarship, and definitely a true model for all the students here to come up with new ideas and more research-oriented papers in the future. Congratulations, Ms. Gayatri, and thank you so much, the dignitaries, for doing the honors, and over to Sansia.
We have with us today our esteemed chief guest, Ms. Vijaya Kranti, ACP Mangalore South Subdivision. Her distinguished service and commitment to justice and welfare strongly resonate with the theme of this conference. I now request you, ma'am, to kindly share your message with us.
A very warm good afternoon to all of you, to the respected dignitaries on the dais and also off the dais. So I already heard that you had wide range of discussions, panel discussions, paper presentations, and also talks on Sustainable Development 16, right? So I'll keep it little concentrated towards, I'll make it police-centric. Is that fine? So let's keep it police-centric, and I'll also discuss about the legal aspects and what mostly the students need in order to contribute to the SDG 16 from a police point of view. All right? Okay, fine. So this is mostly about promoting peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development. In that, we have certain particular topics which I can relate with the policing and also the legal aspect that is there. I would like to first address about access to justice. When it comes to access to justice, there are various departments actually involved in this, all the government departments for that matter, and also non-government organizations which will actually give access to various forms of justice to all the people that are there of various age groups, right? Especially in the police, in what form do we ensure there is justice? By reducing violence, right? By ensure there is deterrence, there is awareness program. We conduct several awareness programs to ensure that there is reduction in number of crimes that are happening in the society. And also, whenever there is a crime that has already happened, we ensure we take action, right? We register an FIR, that is first information report, and we conduct thorough investigation, and we ensure that there is justice to the victim who has actually reported the crime. Right? In that angle, what can you guys do to help us? You can actually help by reporting the crimes to us, right? So in various forms. It can be as small as drug abuse. Whenever you find anyone in and around the campus abusing, using drugs, and who are addicted to drugs, and you would like them to come out of drugs, what do? Are you all aware that there is a QR code set up by the Mangalore City Police? Or there is a QR code set up by the Mangalore Police, City Police. You can actually report any type of crime that is happening in and around your campus using the QR code. All right? Also, you have the helpline number 112. You can call up the number anytime, 24/7. The helpline number is available, so you can make a call and report any type of offense that is happening. Suppose you find two people fighting in the campus. What do? Immediately report it either to the faculty, and if it's on the large scale, then you have to report it to the police, right? So you can anytime call up 112 and report any sort of nuisance or violence that is happening around you. May it be in your college campus, outside the campus, in your neighborhood, wherever you're staying, your PGs, your hostels. You can always call up the police and we will be there. And I must tell you that the response time for 112 here in Bangalore is nearly 7 to 8 minutes. So any crime that happens, we actually come and attend to it soon after it happens. So it's not like the way they show it in the movies, right? Police comes after everything happens. That is what they portray police as, right? So we are trying to reduce the response time, and we are trying to make it, we are trying to keep it between 7 to 8 minutes. So you can anytime report it to us, all right? That is your responsibility in keeping us informed. Along with that, especially in Mangalore, I would like to talk about how they give a communal touch to every crime that happens. Suppose you are going, using your scooty and just traveling to your college from home, and someone from a different community, an auto driver maybe, an auto rickshaw driver, he comes and hits you from behind. How do people portray it here in Mangalore? They like to give a communal angle to everything that happens here. They like to, okay, they would probably say it's intentional because the so-and-so auto rickshaw driver was a Muslim or a Hindu, or they try to give it a communal touch every single time. And we are trying to reduce that as much as possible, and we are trying to make them aware that it's not about Hindu or Muslim. No one will ever know, right, when you're traveling on a road, who would even care which community person is walking ahead or which community person is actually going behind or whatever. Would you actually care? I don't think students of this era, or students or anyone for that matter, you would give a communal angle to anything of that sort. And if you identify such people, you can actually tell them, no, this was just an accident. Don't give it a communal angle. Don't make it a big issue. And it's your responsibility to be doing it, right? Will you all promise me that you will do it? Don't let people give communal angle to anything that is happening. Because here, especially Mangalore has historical references for that. And also, they try to divert everything into a communal angle. Please, all of you keep your minds open and don't be biased towards any particular community, or don't have certain stereotypes or prejudices about any other community, all right? Let's make it safe for everyone living here in and around Mangalore, right? Okay, with that, we also have organized crimes happening. And when it comes to organized crimes, I want to just give you an awareness about one particular thing, because I'm investigating one organized crime that has occurred here in Mangalore actually. So, when it comes to organized crimes, you should all be aware that knowingly or unknowingly, if you support any person who is a criminal in any way, maybe he'll ask you to take this bike, see I've stolen this bike and I don't know where to keep it. Maybe you should assist me and keep this somewhere near your PG. Tomorrow I'll come and pick it up. If you do it, you are part of the organized crime and you will be arrested. You should know that. So anyone, I'm not telling that you guys will do it, but you should be aware that involving yourself in any way or assisting any criminal in any way and you will become the part of organized crime. So keep yourself away from anyone who is a criminal or has a criminal history, or even better, you can report it to the police immediately. All right? Yeah, and also promoting rule of law. I think many panelists have already discussed about this, and I would like to mainly talk about reducing corruption. How does it happen? Do you all know that giving bribe is also a form of offense? We have Prevention of Corruption Act, which has various degrees of punishment for various types of corruption that is happening. And also, giving bribe to any public servant is also an offense. So where do you begin with? Please don't offer bribe to anyone. Maybe you will point out at public servants and say, okay, they are taking bribe. That person is, if you encourage them to take bribe, maybe they will. And especially this happens with the traffic police, right? You are asked to pay a fine of 500 for not wearing helmet or for violating certain rules, traffic rules. What do? The students especially, the student community, what they tend to do is, I don't have 500 with me right now, maybe a 200 will do, right? You want to give 200 to the police and you just want to run away, right? That is how it happens. Please don't do that. Please don't encourage corruption or bribery in any way. It is an offense, according to Prevention of Corruption Act. Also, more so, don't even violate the rules. Why do you want to violate the rules? Wear helmet, it's for your safety. Don't go in the one way, that's for your safety. Rash driving, don't do that, that's for your safety. So please don't violate traffic rules, all right? Okay, with that we also have certain things like governance, justice and human rights when it comes to SDG 16. Mainly with police, I would like to tell you that police andre bhaya anta tumba jana. Many of the students here or anyone for that matter have this feeling that, okay, police andre bhaya. We want to wipe it out and make it police andre baravase. Bhaya valla baravase. That is what the theme of the state police says. Is that clear? So don't be hesitant when you want to contact any police officers or want to step into the police station for that matter. Not everyone who steps into the police station is an accused or is not a criminal, right? I step into the police station every day. Many people here have that stereotype. Madam, nanu police station mettal hattalla. Adu ontara society alli nange idagutte. No, don't have that stereotype. Because not everyone who steps into a police station is a criminal. We have accused, we have victims, we have complainants. We actually have people from different groups of the society who come to the police station and report crimes. Maybe you can be a police friend as well. Like I told you earlier, you can report various crimes that are happening in and around. That way you will become the police friend as well. All right? So don't have that stereotype that everyone who steps into a police station is a criminal. You can always make it more open. Also, we have Jana Samparka Sabhe that we conduct. Be more open and participate in such events. You can always get along with the police, and whenever we arrange any awareness programs, any community-related programs, please come and participate. We would love to see students there, because you are all the future of our country, and if you come and participate and get even a little glimpse of how policing happens, or how much we are doing for the society, or how much we are ready to do for the society, maybe it will give you a better perspective of policing, right? So whenever such an event happens around you, the police commissionerate organizes runs, drug awareness runs, please come in huge numbers and participate. That way I think you'll be contributing better to inclusive development of the society and the country as well, right? Okay, related to human rights, I must say there is Human Rights Commission, and also mainly from police point of view, what we want to address is police custodial violence. Whenever we take any accused into police custody, there is general saying that, okay, police take them in and beat them up and frame them into certain whatever sections of the laws that are there and fit them there. Why would we want to frame one or two people that are there? This is what, okay, generally when I am doing any sort of investigation, I would not like to fit in anyone just because they have spoken to me in some way, or that doesn't happen in policing. You should clear that off your minds. We don't like to fit in anyone because we have millions of students or millions of people in and around Mangalore. Why would we want to fit in just 4 or 5? That is purely for deterrence. That is just purely to control any sort of crime that is happening in the society. So when anyone talks to you about police custodial violence or anything of that sort comes your way, again, reporting is one way that you can do, or maybe get clarified by talking to any police that is there around you. Also, addressing child abuse and trafficking, that is one more goal, one more initiative that comes under SDG 16. So we have various laws for reducing human trafficking and also child help. Are you all aware of child helpline number? What is it? What is it? Yeah, 1098, and also you have POCSO Act, which is very strict. So guys, all of you here, I want to keep it in your notice that if any girl is under 18 years of age, and even if she gives consent, and if you still are involved in any sort of relationship with the girl, you become the accused. That you should be aware of. So don't be very cautious when you're talking to any girl who is underage, under 18 years of age. Her consent is not considered consent. That you should all be aware of. So anyone under 18, if you're dealing with such girls, be very careful. Don't sexually abuse them, physically abuse them, or verbally abuse them. You will go behind the bars for that. Even if she gives consent, I'm telling you all. So be very careful with that part. And also please don't, and when it comes to cyber crimes and cyberspace usage, please don't watch child pornography or don't even circulate it among your friends or anyone. That way maybe we'll contribute to a better society. Children should be respected, right? Children, they are expected to live child-friendly, they are expected to live in a child-friendly environment. Don't make it scary for them. Don't circulate child pornography of any sort. All right? Don't even watch child pornography. You should know that we have something called child tip line. So whenever anyone circulates a child pornography related material or a video or an audio, immediately we are alerted. So you would not want the police to come and catch hold of you for that, right? So please don't do it. You can avoid watching child pornography or abusing children for any matter. And also, when it comes to women trafficking and other women sexual related things, please be open and report it immediately. There is a Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act, POSH, and also there are internal committees set up everywhere in every colleges, every schools, I guess. So whenever you want to report anything, girls, don't be quiet and bring it to the notice of anyone who is there around, maybe your friends, your faculty, or the police for that matter. Please report any incidents that happen against your will. So that way it will help us better reduce something like that and make the place safer for everyone, right? Also, mental health and well-being, again, when it comes to mental health and well-being, I think drug abuse is one thing which is actually taking away your mental health. Please keep yourself away from drugs. There are healthy alternatives for drugs. When it comes to drug abuse, people say maybe to put them to sleep or maybe to stay active or to fight depression, they take drugs. But you have healthy alternatives for everything. Sleeping on time, waking up on time, eating healthy food, practicing some sort of physical activities which will actually help you in releasing endorphins and give you good mood and good energy, good positive vibes. Yeah, that way you always have a healthy alternative for drugs and other things. So please don't go for drug abuse and other things. And if at all you have to report anything of that sort, you have a number called 1933. Suppose you need help to come out of drug addiction. You have various ways. You can talk to the police anytime, like I told you, and also maybe talk to anti-drug committee that is set up in every college. And apart from that, you also have drug helpline number 1933. All right? Can you all repeat the number? This is very important. If anyone is abusing drugs or is addicted to drugs and actually wants to come out of it, please help them and share this number with them. All right? So what is the economic cost of all these conflicts and whatever we spoke about now, the criminal activities, antisocial activities, all that is happening? We are losing a lot of youth in such things, right? We don't want the youth to be part of crimes. We want the youth to actually become what they are meant to be. Maybe you're doing various courses today. You should all actually become good doctors, good engineers, good whatever you want to become, civil servants. Maybe after your graduation, you want to write competitive exams and become civil servants. Yes, go for that. Don't divert yourself from the goals by indulging yourself in crimes or drug abuse or mental health issues or anything of that sort. So I would like to end this speech by telling that police is always there for you, and we would like to make it more safer for you, a safer place to live. And also, we want to ensure there is inclusive development of everyone that is there. We are not biased in any way, and you can approach us any time of the day, anywhere. You can come and drop by the office. We have the commissioner office, we have assistant commissioner office, we have police stations, and also you have the helpline number. What is it? 112, and we are always there for you. Yeah. With that, I would like to thank St. Aloysius deemed to be University, School of Arts and Humanities for having me here today. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for that thought-provoking and motivating message. Can we please give her a warm round of applause again for that really informative message? We are now honored to invite the president of our program, Dr. Rosevira de Souza, the chairperson of this conference, to deliver the presidential address.
Good evening. I am dumbstruck after listening to Madam Vijayakranti, partly because I think you are all students, right? And Madam Vijayakranti is little elder to you. But so much of wisdom, so much of motivation within. So I told Madam when I met her, I said, it's such a promising face. And I see the young India in Mangalore. Respected Director, Madam Devishri, Dr. Roshan Montero, Miss Rima, the conveners of this international conference, the faculty of the School of Arts and Humanities, and the volunteers and the student conveners definitely deserve a big round of applause. I'm here to represent the institution. Our Vice Chancellor, our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar are busy with one of the program which was scheduled much earlier, and it is an evaluation program, so they couldn't be here. When I said I see Young India in Mangalore, I also remember the CEO of Jilla Panchayat, who was here in our campus recently for our Aloysius Model UN. Our program, that is our international conference, began with the DC of Mangalore. And I see all of them are so young. And I feel if St. Aloysius University students take their example, I think we can make this India a better place, a global leader, and I'm sure these people have definitely inspired you. Why International Conference on Peace? In 1990s, when I was taking an international relations class, I made a reference to 17 cases that were reported. That was in 1994, if I remember well. In one of the popular dailies, there were 17 cases that reported in the third page of that daily, where they spoke about the moral policing that made some 17 incidents very, very prominent. I went to the class very hurt, very disturbed, and I still remember, I told the students, you need to wake up. Wake up against this, what is going to be built up as hatredness in Mangalore. The polarization that began in 90s. Today, as somebody rightly said, earlier it was a laboratory of communal violence. Today it has become a factory. Unfortunate, and I'm sure you are witnessing it day in, day out. What this August gathering here, the delegates of International Conference on Peace can do. Last year when we had an international conference by the School of Arts and Humanities, which we have begun saying that humanities are very important and therefore we need to have such conferences. We had a conference on bringing a confluence of local, national, global action. 4 departments at the pre-conferences. Psychology department had one where they trained how to actually bring in awareness about these sustainable development goals. Social work had a workshop where people were, I think, young students were trained. We had media studies. It was wonderful actually where they built up that workshop and tried to bring in that awareness. The Department of Political Science said we will talk about peace corridors. 3 important speakers brought in the neutral spaces, the need for neutral spaces in Mangalore. Bangalore, the whole of India. What are the neutral spaces? Away from the religious spaces. Maybe a park, maybe a garden, maybe a library, which is very significant to Mangalore. Now when this was going on, I think our faculty of Arts and Humanities started actually pondering over a thought that why not our school begin to actually bring in this thought process? Why not we were a premier institution in many ways, but why not we bring in this one thing where we have livable societies? We probably do not require a concept of smart society, but a livable society where there is, well-being of the people is achieved. And that's why this is an effort. And I'm sure all the faculty and the students here have wonderfully worked for it. And from the institution level, I want all of you to pat your back and say that we have done it. How do we create neutral spaces? How do we promote this thought process? And therefore, I think along with my faculty member, Shalini madam was there. I think we went to the CEO's office. And we said we would like to involve our youngsters and connect them to administration. Madam, one of the problems that probably our youngsters today face is, you ask them, where is CEO office of Jilla Panchayat? They have no idea. Where are the police department? What is south and north? Right? They have no idea. I was very much, inspired. When I went to the Department of Police, to the south, I had taken the students and we have started this. One of the police officer told me this. He told me, I think a few years back, Madam, you talk about it, but do you know your students are involved in drugs? I said, I have no control over it, sir. If the educational institutions and the police department and the administrative units join together, there can be a change. And I'm so happy, Madam Vijay Kranti, when we were discussing, she said, I want to come again to talk to the students. Exclusively talk about what the youngsters can do against the drugs. Madam, I invite you, maybe again and again, and your department to actually do it. We had talks on cyber crimes and other things when these things were actually reported. Our students were victims of it. And I remember having some talks about it prior to COVID. Now after that, I don't think that our faculty has done it. We would like to have. I often make a reference to Steve Kelelia, who speaks about peace in a crisis situation. I think this is the 3rd time I'm repeating in a forum where you all need to watch Soldiers of Peace of Steve Kelelia, where this is shot in 14 countries. He is an IT professional, IT entrepreneur. Steve Kelelia has started a foundation. And what is that foundation speaks about? It speaks about counting, the peace incidences, events, and how they can shape. Most of the time, we feel that, peace is absent. Peace is absent probably when we look into our news reports. I feel the news reporters also have to bring in some of those reports where peace is actually worked on. The communities are working on peace today. So that is something probably our youngsters need to do. In the morning, in one of the sessions, Alex Balas was talking about how our languages need to be different today. Youngsters' languages, where they stem from, where they come from. I'm sure you are all, I think, we used to get a little tensed earlier. Now I'm also used to it. Before it gets normalized, young students, please wake up. This society belongs to you. Mangalore belongs to you. The nation belongs to you, and the globe belongs to you. We often say that we are apolitical. Who wants politics? I think we cannot today say that we are everything. Personal has become political today, I'm sure, and you will understand it. And therefore, I wish this particular international conference becomes a torchbearer to the students here, the delegates here, those who have come from far and across. Go back to their institution, go back to their society, and try to bring in this change. And that transformation probably gives us a lot of trust in these activities of us. That there is something that peace corridors are something that we need to speak of, neutral spaces that we need to talk about, where we do not, I'm sure youngsters are global citizens, but I also see a lot of indifference towards certain things. Unless you involve, try to see. Our institution is doing a lot. I think through Sahaya, you are involved in society, a lot of things are happening. But do you do it with mindfulness is a question we need to ask. And therefore, students, I thought it is my responsibility to talk a little longer today because I represent my school, I represent this institution, I represent my student community here. And therefore, I wish that we become the torchbearers of civil society. A lot of things are happening. Our students involved in order to bring in a change about waste management. The day I took my students to Pachanadi, I went back home and said that we will not give any vegetable waste to Pachanadi. A little every day, if I can save that waste from getting actually collected at Pachanadi, I think that is my citizenship. Yesterday, I asked a question to one of my students in the class. Do you think government is doing its responsibility? He said, no. I said, who are you? He said, I'm a citizen. Then I said, are you part of the governance? He was a little confused. You cannot today differentiate governance, citizen, subject, society, and politics. We are all political to be able to make this world beautiful. That's why we started with the song, Heal the World, Make It a Better Place. Thank you, students, for this wonderful opportunity to be with you. Hope to meet you for action plans, not just talks. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am, for that inspiring and guiding address. As we draw this valedictory program to a close, I now invite Ms. Reema Pinto, the student convener of the conference, to propose the vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, esteemed delegates, faculty members, and students. As we come to the end of this successful conference, it's my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I express my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Ms. Vijaya Kranti ACP, Mangaluru South Subdivision, for graciously accepting our invitation and for enriching this valedictory session with her esteemed presence and inspiring words. We are deeply grateful to you, ma'am. My deep sense of gratitude goes to President of the program, Dr. Rosvira D'Souza, Dean of Arts and Humanities and Chairperson, for her committed leadership and continuous encouragement throughout the conference. I extended my sincere thanks to Reverend Dr. Praveen Matis S.J., Vice Chancellor of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, for his constant guidance, visionary leadership, and unwavering support that made this conference a meaningful academic endeavor. In his absence, I would also like to thank our registrar, Dr. Ronald Nazareth, for his valuable support and cooperation during the organization of this event. I take this opportunity to thank the directors, Dr. Charles V. Furtado of Admin Block and Dr. Lovina Lobo of Mafe Block for their encouragement and guidance. I am truly grateful to the staff convener, Mr. Alvin D'Souza and Ms. Devishri Shetty for their dedicated efforts, coordination in executing this international conference successful. I am also grateful to the organizing secretaries, Dr. Roshan Montero and Ms. Kavita B, for their tireless work, meticulous planning, and efficient handling of both academic and organizational responsibilities. A special note of appreciation goes to my fellow student convener, Mr. Gavin Vegas, for his leadership, enthusiasm, and effective coordination with students and committees. I sincerely thank all the staff members of various committees who work tirelessly behind the scene, the registration committee headed by Ms. Savita D'Souza, the finance and food committee headed by Dr. Rosevira D'Souza, the scientific review committee headed by Dr. Roshan Montero, the arrangement and program committee headed by Mr. Alvin D'Souza, the cultural committee headed by Ms. Ashwini, the publicity, documentation, photography and report committee headed by Mr. Vishal Nayak, the hospitality and escort committee headed by Dr. Alvin Meskit. Each committee's dedication and teamwork played a vital role in successful conduct of the conference. My sincere thanks to the student volunteers of all the committees whose energy, discipline, and willingness to help ensure that every session ran smoothly. I also thank the maintenance staff under the leadership of Mr. Godwin Covello for their constant support. I am grateful to Mr. Sean D'Souza, Mr. Royal D'Souza, and Mr. Preetham D'Costa for their valuable technical support, and the media cell of the university for providing the live coverage through YouTube. My special thanks to Ms. Chandrakala for her administrative assistance. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all media persons for giving wide publicity and coverage to this conference. Finally, I thank all the delegates, participants, researchers, and attendees who made this international conference a successful through meaningful dialogues and reflection. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Reema, for your words of gratitude. I request the President of the program, Dr. Rosevira D'Souza, to present a memento to our chief guest. We now request the dignitaries to join the audience and enjoy a short cultural program. Thank you.
Here is an important announcement for all the delegates and those